Talk about that fight, Nate. Big one coming up for you, the final Strikeforce event and all that. What's this whole experience like for you?
It's been awesome, man. It's a dream come true, and I'm just excited to be here and excited for my upcoming fight, and I'm ready to go.
How hard is it not to look past this? I mean, we know what's next for you, right? You win. I would think win or lose, but definitely you win. You're coming back to the UFC. How hard is it to not look ahead to that opportunity and think about the fight that you have now?
It's not very hard for me. I've made that mistake before, and honestly, I assume that I will be in UFC after this fight, and I'm not concerned about that. So it's not really an issue for me. I just look forward to my fight, and I know I'm fighting a tough guy, so I'm ready for him mentally.
When was it before that you looked ahead? Do you remember specifically? Like, were you overlooking somebody in front of you, or?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had fights in Japan where I thought I was gonna walk all over the guy, and I probably could have, but when you go in with that mentality and the guy turns out to be tough, it makes the fight long.
Coming back into the UFC, will welterweight be your home?
Definitely. I'm a welterweight fighter. I feel my best at this weight.
Prior to UFC on Versus 4, you had those issues with the Pennsylvania Athletic State Commission. Has all that, been resolved between you and Dana as far as anything that had happened before you were cut?
Yeah, everything's resolved. I've got all my issues straightened out now. So.
Any lingering, hard feelings from that? Well, that was a difficult situation. Were you ever frustrated, hurt, or by the way things went down?
Oh man, that was one of the toughest things in my career, but no hard feelings. I look to the future, and I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm just I feel like I'm blessed where I'm at. So.
Was there like a turning point where you realized you had turned the corner on that situation?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, when I won the Strikeforce title, that was like redemption for me, and just. There were a lot of things leading up to that were really good for me, but that was the climax right there.
Assuming you come over into the UFC with the title, where do you think that puts you in the title race with the UFC?
That's not really for me to decide. I know it puts me right in the mix, if not right at the top. And that being said, there's a lot of guys at welterweight in the UFC that I want to fight that are going to be good fights, and a lot of tough guys, and that March card is just stacked, and honestly, any one of those guys, I want to fight the winner of those fights.
Sounds like we're all looking past your fight on the 12th. What do you think about the matchup? I don't think it's a household name, obviously, but a tough kid. What do you think about the fight?
Yeah, he's very tough. I haven't seen him get finished. He very good striking. He trains at Team Quest, so he's well-rounded. But I just feel like, that I'm a better fighter, better athlete, and if I come in there with my A game, I'm going to be able to finish him.
He definitely doesn't have the experience that you have. Do you think that plays into it at all, or is it really just about skills and tactics?
I think experience always matters, and especially when you go in there with a good game plan and a calm mind,
Did Tyron Woodley give you more of a fight than you thought you'd get?
No, so that's one of those things, I knew he was going to be super tough. He's a great athlete. He had great wrestling credentials. And I'd seen, spots of, in his fights where he was just looked really good on his feet and everywhere. So I knew it was going to be a tough fight. I knew it was going to be, for him, the fight of his life. So he's going to be 100% ready. And so I was 100% ready, and it paid off.
Nate, can you shed any light on when you re-signed with Zupa for Strikeforce, how many fights you signed for, and what's it like to maybe be where you are right now after the tough year you had?
So I signed a multi-fight deal. I don't know exactly 4 or 5 fights, something like that. Probably a standard contract, but shoot, man, it was definitely a turning point for me, and I'm happy to be here.
You did some work on The Ultimate Fighter with Team Taryn. What was that experience like for you, working with some of the new up-and-comers that'll be maybe 170-pounders in this division that you're coming into?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. And honestly, we got one guy to come out and train with us, and he's moving to Denver. He's actually staying at my house. He's been at my house for like 10 weeks.
Which guy was that?
Neil Magny.
Oh.
And, watching the guys, they're all young guys, have so much potential. And you know, Neil was one of the guys I had my eye on from the beginning. I was like, man, I want that guy training next to me. So I'm really glad to have him, and it was a great experience.